So I've done a very quick painting of an apple using brushes from the Drippy Cat Art Studio, the various different oil brushes. But here's the thing, some paint packages will give you the choice of something called impasto brushstrokes, and that emulates the way light and dark falls on thick strokes of paint. So you get a 3D effect. Procreate doesn't do that, which is a shame, but I've done something. I'm going to make sure I come up to the fine paper layer because I've got a little bit of texture on there from paper, but impasto brushstrokes would cover any paper because it's thick paint. So fine paper layer, and what I'm going to put down will come down on top of the fine paper layer. So insert a file. I've got 9 impasto overlays for you, and if I just choose one at random, say impasto 2, these are in Drippy Cat Art Studio 1.5, overlays and marks, impasto overlays. And if I choose, say, impasto 2, let's make it so it fills the painting like this, and I will turn the blend mode to overlay. That is the impasto effect people are talking about. We are halfway there. We're not there yet. I want to pinch in to zoom out because what I want to do with that layer selected, come to our transform, and I want to make those brush strokes bigger, because this is a fairly small painting, it looks that way, and so I want the impasto brushstrokes to kind of match the size of the brushstrokes I did when I created this painting, and that was too small, so it needs to be bigger. Let's try maybe around there. My natural angle is kind of about there, so let's go with that. Then I'm going to come to my adjustments, come to liquify. I've set my liquify brush to a pretty big size. You can see it wobbling around on the screen. And I can start to pull these brush strokes around a little bit so that maybe I get some slightly thinner brush strokes in one or two different areas, slightly broader brush strokes in other areas, and try and guide this impasto so it looks more like it belongs in the same space as the brush strokes I made when I painted this picture. Maybe like that. I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's YouTube, you can't hang around here. So supposing I say, yeah, that's it. Come back to my layers panel. Again, it's nearly there, but the problem is I've got the impasto brush effect in areas where I didn't put down any brush strokes. Not a problem. I'm going to use something that will strike fear into the hearts of some people, but it's really quite easy. Tap where I'm circling, and I'm going to come to mask. I get a layer mask stuck on top of this image, and if I tap on that white square, which is the icon for the layer mask, I'm going to come to invert. With a layer mask, it sits on top of a layer, and anywhere the layer mask is painted black, it makes that layer invisible. That's all of my impasto brush strokes. But if I come to, say, a simple airbrush, DC airbrush soft, white is selected. White will reveal those brush strokes again. So brush size, well, bigger than that, come on. And I can just paint in the brush strokes wherever I want them. And that's basically where I did all my paint strokes. If I decide that this overall effect is too strong, I can always come to my inserted image, tap on the O where I'd set it to overlay, and I can dial in the amount of impasto I want. And so this is instant impasto. Thanks for watching.